This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment this good to hear the best day of our lives. Yeah. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lynn Tan. And how has your week been? I've been so busy. How about you guys? So welcome to the 5th edition of PHYTO Passion Project. So nice to be here with you today. So today our special guest is a formal radio personality. She's really well known. She's also a TV broadcaster, a newspaper columnist. She was with Mediacorp, Channel V in Hong Kong, and NBC Asia, just to name a few. Even I don't know, she's a long list. She has over 25 years as a professional presenter. She's now on a mission to help corporates, entrepreneurs, and leaders to make an impact in their presentation on stage as well as in the virtual world. So let's welcome our special guest, presenter coach and mentor, and my friend Georgina Chang.
Hello, hi. What a wonderful introduction. Thank you for that.
Welcome. So nice to see you. You look lovely.
Yeah, you too. I love the color red, and you have such a beautiful orange.
Thank you. You too. How have you been?
I've been well, thank you. And actually, I must admit, I've been enjoying being home. It's a very good time to be very reflective, introspective, and you actually save a lot of time doing stuff that you've been putting off for years.
I realized like I've been more productive and also a lot busier with the lockdown and everything else with business and with the kids. It's just non-stop. Georgina, do you remember the first time we met?
Yes.
Spoke to each other.
Yes, it was at an event, right?
I think we were judges for some event and some final event. But the time when we actually spoke, I remember correctly, we went to the toilet.
Yes. That was quite interesting. We were judging an event for a lot of like half-naked, hot-looking men.
Men hunt.
It wasn't a bad event to meet at.
No complaints.
And I actually noticed you because you had a lot of personality. So
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I was like, that's interesting. And then we happened to, synchronize our bladders or something, and then we went to the toilet. And
then we started chatting, and then we arranged to meet for lunch, and then we just kept meeting for luncheons. It's like this thing we do and try out new places.
Yes, I remember. So it's one of those things where you make a lot of very good friends when you're younger. It's easy, right? But as you get older, it seems to be harder to make that connection.
Yeah, to make connection and someone that you can really connect with and just be yourself,
Yes.
And I felt that with you.
Yeah, me too. I felt that with you. That our first lunch, we just started talking, and we didn't talk about the usual. Oh, are you buying a house? How much did you pay? Oh, my boss is this. And there was never none of that. We talked about very forward-looking things, things that we read and we learned, and how do we become better people, and
things we're really passionate about. That really makes us happy and drives us. Yes. And I remember that you shared with me that you've been using PHYTO for a long time, way back when. And you used to buy them in Europe and France. That's right.
Nice.
If I remember correctly.
I actually bought it here a long time ago, and I mean, I'm not sure about the timeline about how PHYTO got in, but I started using when I was a teenager. Of course, it was very expensive for me back then. I think it was here very briefly, but I remember it felt like a ritual of pleasure. Not just the fact that it's expensive, but just using it smelled nice without being cloyingly perfumed, and just how my hair felt. And at that age, you're like, wow, I want to live like this. Right.
Would you like to share with the audience very quickly what your top 3 favorite products? I know it's difficult for you to choose, but you finally chose 3 of your favorite products.
Yeah, the ones that I like to go, and I'm generally very fuss free. People can't believe it, but I like to be fuss free. So if you notice, I hardly use accessories. Because I just want to get dressed and go. So I only use certain accessories, because they have certain meaning. So same with products, I like things that are quick and fuss free. So there's a shampoo that I've been using. So I actually even brought out here. It's called the I'm trying to find
PHYTO Novatrix.
yeah. So this one is quite nice. I mean, it's like a daily shampoo, but it smells nice and it makes it's very refreshing. So I like it.
Yeah, I also use it. This is
Oh,
mine. It's left very little, as you can see, very little left. My husband and I, we enjoy this shampoo very much. It's really nice.
yeah,
Gives a
I
lot of
really
energy to the hair. It cleanses really well. I like it very
yeah.
much.
And there's something I noticed. It doesn't strip your hair because some shampoos, even though they say they don't have sulfates, I'm very particular about chemicals and I actually read the labels of the products I use.
Yeah, I know you
And
do.
yeah, even like things like my toothpaste, my shampoo, I make sure there's no SLS, sodium
Yes.
lauryl sulfate. So like with this one, even some shampoo products that say they don't have SLS, and even when I use it, I can feel that it's stripping my hair and the colors coming
Yes.
out because you color your hair. You can see, oh my gosh, all that colors going down the drain. But with this one, the No Tricks, it doesn't strip the hair of I mean, a little bit of color comes out, but it doesn't strip the hair. So I really like it. And it's
Yes.
very,
It's not harsh at all.
yeah. And I love the smell. So should I talk about the other product now? The second one that I like?
Yeah, just
Later on?
briefly.
Ah,
Later on, we can do that. Let's
okay.
try to give away
Okay.
this first product. Okay, we're going to give
Oh,
away
okay.
all the 3 products that you like. So this is the
okay.
first one that you like,
Yes.
and we're going to give
Yes.
away this PHYTO Novatrix Fortifying Energizing Shampoo. It's retailing at $45 each. And one of our audience can walk away with it today. All they got to do is just tag 5 or more friends for a chance to win this wonderful shampoo and bring it home.
Yeah, it's well worth it. Do it. It really, you really enjoy using the shampoo, especially in the morning. It just wakes
that's
you up.
true. It's very refreshing
Yeah.
because of the scent.
Yeah. What is the smell? Is it peppermint? It's not peppermint, right?
No, this product has a lot of great products in it, ingredients in it.
Yeah, I love the smell.
The smell is very nice, right?
Yeah.
So I still remember when I spoke to you. I know that you're really particular about the food that you consume, as well
Yes.
as you do a lot of yoga. You really live clean, eat clean, and as natural as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, what you use on you, what you eat, is something
Mhm.
you take you're conscious about it, which is admirable. Because sometimes I think I want to be, but I'm so I'm not that strict with myself. And I also realized that you have such amazing green fingers. Like you're such I call you like a plant enthusiast and a plant advocate. Like you advocate plants.
Yes.
All of us
Yes.
must have plants.
Yes. I'm a plant advocate.
Plant advocate.
Yeah, I've always liked the whole thing about being in nature. So I remember a long time ago, maybe when I was like 20, 21, and people say, oh, do you prefer living by the beach or where would you like to live? And a lot of people say by the beach. And I always thought I like to live near mountains and woods.
Me too. I know we had a conversation before. I said I'm also a mountain person.
Yeah, so I didn't know how to express that when you're 20. I mean, where do we have woods in Singapore? So it's not a concept I'm familiar with. But as I started traveling, then I started to discover real woods that you can actually hike through and it's like beautiful. And I realized that when I go to woods, I feel very whole, very at peace. And much later on, I actually was very inspired by someone who lived without electricity. On this farm, and of course it's very scary at night, right? Being a city girl, you're like it's scary. There's no lights. But he would plant vegetables and stuff, and I saw how it was, and I became so enamored of it, so that when I came back to Singapore, I started planting my own vegetables. I started to grow my own food, and it's so easy. You just take seeds, you put in salt, and it grows. You put it by the sunlight, and at the time I lived in my HDB flat, so I didn't have any garden or balcony, so I'll just put my pots near the window and it starts to grow. And then the first thing I grew was soybeans, and all I did was buy a packet of dried beans from the market, and I thought, I'm gonna just try and plant some of these soybeans, right? So random. And it actually grew, and I was like, wow. And of course, because it's a little pot, it was actually a recycled ice cream tub that I used. And as it grew, it didn't grow it just grew like maybe yay high, like this tall, this tall. And then with the branches coming out. So I had little edamames. And in this little bush, I had like maybe 5 edamames.
So I ate it?
And then I boiled and I ate it. It was the best tasting edamames I've ever eaten in my life, because it's very different. And and I know, some people do grow their own vegetables. It's a huge difference when you go out to your pot or your garden, you snip the leaves and you fry or cook it or eat it raw immediately. You can really taste it. It's a world of difference than something that's store-bought. So I'm so
I
enamored.
true.
Yeah.
Soybean is definitely something that I consume often from the sources, soybean this, soybean that, soybean curd, soybean milk. And edamame, I'm not a fan, but my family is. So the idea of growing some myself and just plucking it off and just cook it as a side dish
Yeah.
is quite a good idea actually. Getting me thinking. I'm very tempted. I was very tempted when I hear you to start having more plants in my house.
Yeah, you can actually
Yeah.
grow a lot of things. In Singapore, we're so lucky in this weather. A lot of
Shall we
things grow and
show the
flourish.
audience some of your
Yeah,
plants, your
yeah,
plant
yeah,
collection that you've been
yeah,
growing? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Let's show some of the beautiful
So,
plants.
so yeah, I've grown all kinds. So I feel plants are your best friends because plants have a life, and I like going out and talking to them and checking on them and seeing them. So people who say
So cute, like
I
your
don't
pets,
have,
huh?
they are living beings. So people who say, oh, I don't have green thumbs, when I bring a cactus home, it dies. It's not that you don't have green thumbs, but you have to realize that it's a living thing. You can't bring it home, put it in the corner of a room, and expect it to become like one of those beautiful Instagram photos after a few weeks. It needs to be
Nurtured.
fed, nurtured, taken care of. It's like bringing alive, whether it's a
That's
pet
true.
puppy or even a baby. You wouldn't just put it in the corner of the house and just ignore it, right? You would check whether it's thirsty, give it water, give it food. You don't see what condition. And the poor plant
That's
in a
true.
pot, it can't move. It can't get up and get water. It can't get up and get food. It's just stuck there. It can't even tell you that it's hungry. So, okay,
No,
so that's me.
it's true, you're
Yeah,
right. Yes, show
yeah.
us more of your pictures
Okay,
of your
so
plants.
so that's me in my patio and
Mm.
growing some of my plants. So I've grown all kinds of. I could only fit a few words in this, but this is the frangipani that I grew in a pot. I grew chili, kale, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Ginger, kangkong. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so what I like to grow
I
is apart
love
from
this plant, so
yeah.
beautiful.
So apart from edibles, right, I really like growing things that are actually good for you. So these two are supposed to be anti-cancer. So of course, anecdotally, you have a lot of people saying, oh, my father, had stage 4 and ate this, my mother. And then on the other side, you have scientists who said it's not proven. And I would say that everyone's different, right? Everyone's different.
Correct,
Some
that's
things
true.
work for this, yeah. So, and it's not proven because the people or the corporations that fund studies on what works, they're not going to fund a plant that's free. They're going to fund
Of
chemicals.
course, you're
So
right. You're
yeah,
right
so
about
just bear
that.
that in mind. So
Yeah.
these two that I grow, right? One is the Sabah snake leaf. That's the one on the top. That's the green grass looking one. So that one's very popular, especially in Malaysia. And
Hmm.
actually, these two plants, I actually got it from my dearest, nearest bestie friend from KL when I went to sorry, the rose cactus, the one with the flowers. This is the one that she gave me a cutting of years ago. I think maybe 3 years ago, and I kind of brought it into Singapore, and I've been planting ever since. And it propagates really well. Sometimes it propagates, with 2 flowers. The blooms don't last long, but the leaves are really good. I just chop it up, stir it up, and just eat it. I just ate it some
Eat it
today.
like a salad?
It doesn't taste so good raw, so I just
Oh,
fry it
okay.
like
You can
spinach.
fry the rose cactus seven
The leaves.
star
Yeah,
needle
I just fry it.
leaves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, technically, people say you're supposed to boil it in water and then drink it, but I prefer
Okay,
fry
like
it
a
and just
tea,
eat
like
it
a tea,
like a
right?
tea. Yeah,
So either way works.
yeah. I mean, just eat
Hmm.
it. And the top right one, Saba, was one of my people I used to work with, and then her mom actually gave me these cuttings. So, yeah, I'm very appreciative that it's still growing so well. Okay, let's see the next one. So I have laksa leaf. Laksa is actually very good for you as well. Sorry, this is not laksa leaf, it's curry leaf. It helps with digestion and inflammation, and it's yummy, and it's diuretic, so it actually helps to cleanse the liver. Basil is the one on the left, and this one grows so quickly. Those little brown stumps on top, those are the flowers that have gone to seed. I just cut that and I put it in the soil and it just grows. I have a
Goes
bunch growing right
again.
now. Yeah, it grows very easily. Improves your fasting blood sugar. So it's good if, that's what you're concerned with. Reduces, helps your cholesterol, reduce age-related memory loss, and supposedly protects against cancer. Okay,
Some
the
people
next
use it
one.
for cooking, right? Anyway, curry leaves and basil leaves. They
Yes,
just use it to
yes,
throw some in when they're
yes.
cooking.
Yeah, and it makes your food taste so good. So it's good for you and it tastes so good. Okay, the next one I like a lot, blue pea flower. We
Yes,
see it
me
a lot in
too.
Singapore. Yeah, this
Yes,
one's
in our cakes, like kueh
yes,
kueh.
yes, in the rice. It's easy to grow. And what I do, this is my harvest when I pluck it, and it blooms every day. So I actually get a harvest every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can
So
have the blue pea flower tea, right? Some of the
yes,
cafes serve it like
yes,
an
yes,
expensive pot. They just put
yes.
these leaves inside.
Yes, and it looks so Instagrammable, right? So what I do with this is when I gather it like this, sometimes I'll just throw into my salads and eat it raw because it has a nice, slightly sweet taste. Because remember, it's like it comes from like the sweet bean, the sweet pea. That's what it tastes like. And if there's too much of it, I will dry it in the sun and then I make tea out of it. It has no taste actually. So if you make tea out of it, put lemongrass or pandan in it, and then it'll taste quite nice. All right, the next one is the
I
kaffir
want to
lime.
grow that one. This is so pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty when it blooms. This one is a kaffir lime. And I don't know why my limes are not, it's meant to be very ridgy and uneven. My limes have become very smooth.
Maybe it's happy and it's all smooth.
I don't know.
out.
I don't know.
And those I
and
see in the markets all looks very,
it's supposed to be like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why mine is just smoothened out. And the leaves are also very good for releasing stress. It's antibacterial and anti-inflammation, cures flu, also prohibits cancer. Okay, now one of the main things why I also want to share plants today is because since we're all living in the house at home so much, right? There's been a study back in 1989 from NASA, which is the space, National Association of Space. I forgot to check the actual name. They were testing out plants and whether it takes out toxins from the air. And obviously they want to test it out when they send astronauts up in an enclosed space. So they tested it out, they did the study, and they found out that there are several plants that actually draw toxins out of the air very, very effectively. Now, most plants do. In a process of photosynthesis, it takes in carbon dioxide from the air, process it to make its sugars, and then releases oxygen. So these next few plants, which I'm going to share with you, are so easy to grow. And if you have them in your home, it's a natural air purifier. So the first one is a plant that I love. I have so many pots of this. I cannot live without it.
Okay,
Let's
which
see
one
the
is
next.
that?
Yeah, let's see the next slide. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Can we go back one slide? I just want to quickly share. Yeah, these are the toxins. People say toxins. I clean my house all the time. No. These are found in your house, even in the cleansers and the detergents. Like formaldehyde, it's found in your building materials. So your house already has it. And your tissue paper, your kitchen towels, the paper bags that when you go shopping, it has formaldehyde in it. Benzene is also very common. It's in detergents and cigarette smoke. And carbon monoxide, of course, we know it all the time. I mean, when you have a running engine or you have a gas cooker, if the stove in your house uses gas, it's carbon monoxide as well. And when you go for a barbecue, there's carbon monoxide all around you. So, when you stand next to, let's say, a truck or lorry and the engine's running, I start to feel a bit nauseous and I have a headache because of the carbon monoxide. So these things are all around us all the time. So, and actually there's more. I just put 3 up just to have a quick look. Okay, let's go to the next one that I think every home should have. This is the gorgeous aloe vera. It's so good for you in so many ways. It's one of the most effective ones for removing all this nasty stuff, like formaldehyde and benzene. There's a study and it's in Chinese. I clicked on it and it took me too long to read it. It says that 1 aloe vera plant is better than 9 air purifiers. So that's pretty amazing, right?
Yes,
and
it is.
Yeah. So if it's
nowadays, especially when people are so paranoid about the air.
Yeah. Well, this is more for the toxins, not so much virus. And of course, there's studies that come out. Not yet. There's studies that come up that say that an air purifier is more effective at drawing toxins out of air than a plant. I mean, it's always two sides to it, but I would rather have a plant because the plant is more therapeutic. And I think the plant is more natural way. Why do you want to spend electricity to try and, draw toxins out? So what I also like for the aloe vera is the gel. When you snap one of the stems off, the gel is so good for your skin. It's very hydrating. And it's very good if you have skin
we use
conditions.
it in our products too.
Oh yeah, it's a very good product to have.
We have it in our products
anything.
as well, aloe vera.
So after a shower, I'll just slather on my skin because I can be very dry. But I especially like it because I have eczema, which is, and I think a lot of Singaporeans have it for some reason, we get this
easily
quite
allergies.
often. Yeah.
Allergies like
and it's so itchy. And if you suffer from eczema, it's so itchy. You have to scratch, and we scratch the skin tears, it starts to bleed, and then gets more affected. Yeah. So I keep adding aloe vera on it all day, and it starts to heal because it makes it scab. Same when you fall, you put aloe vera, it heals, makes it scab. When you burn yourself, you put aloe vera, it heals. So I love this plant. And you see the little baby shootlets growing out. So I keep taking it out, it's propagating. So Lynn, I think I'm going to gift you some.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will take care of it like a baby.
Yeah.
And I'll take pictures and I'll send you. Because I know you're going to monitor me. How's my baby aloe vera?
Yes. I've given a few aloe veras away, so I need to check on those as well and see how they're doing. Okay, this one is the rubber plant. It's called the Ficus elastica. So this one's also very good for removing formaldehyde and carbon
I
monoxide.
like
And
this plant very much. I
yeah,
know I walked with my mom and went past a house and I'm like, oh, mommy, what's this plant? It's so beautiful. So all these are ficus trees. And oh, I love this tree. Beautiful.
yeah, it's a gorgeous plant. It's beautiful in your home. And I actually bought this when it was half the size and it grows so fast. I'm trying to make it bushy, so I cropped it. So back in 1999, I bought one that was half the size and I just kept propagating and propagating. So I've never bought another one. This is the only one I bought since. So now that one that I bought in 1999, I kept propagating and propagating. So it's not the original one, but it's the offshoot and it's grown massively. So this is how big it's grown. I just kept letting it become bushy. So this is just one of the many pots I have. Okay, let's go to
Beautiful.
the peace. Yeah, let's go to the peace lily. So this one is also very, very powerful. I think it's one of the top 3 plants in removing toxins as well as trichloroethylene, xylene, ammonia. It
And
removes
you
a
can
lot of
leave
stuff.
this outside the home or just in the home?
Most of them, actually, most of them are outside on my patio because I don't have direct sunlight. Some of them I bring it in. I put it outside now because it's raining and I want it to get all the moisture and be hydrated. But I bring it into the house now and then I sort of rotate. So you don't just put your house in a corner and leave it and ignore it. I actually move my plants around. Some of them I put it right next
More
to
work,
my. No, it takes like 20 seconds to just bring it out. It's like in a little pot. So this one,
Ultimately, it should stay indoor, but you bring it out to the sun every now and then.
not the sun, because these are indoor plants. They don't
So
really
this is
need,
indoor plant. Okay, got it.
they're all indoor plants. They don't need direct sunlight. They need some bright filtered light.
Okay, I just know I think where to put these plants. Like, okay, I like the lily as well. So where can I put it in my house?
A corner near a window. So okay,
Yes.
this one is also very good because it's one of the few house plants that's not toxic. So your dogs can eat it, your cats can eat it fine. And this one's called the spider plant. Again, this was given to me by that same good friend in KL. And it's, it just kept flourishing because the little spiderlets, you see, you just trim that, you put it in the soil, and then it grows. And this one I actually put next to me when I'm working. Let's say I'm working for 6 hours on the computer because I read that it actually helps to remove the EMFs, which is the electromagnetic fields, which is what you get on your handphones, Wi-Fi's, that
Yes.
radiation and microwaves. I haven't found proof on it. I'm trying to find the study, but I think just having a few of these pots around me near the computer actually makes me feel better. I don't feel so tired at the end of the day. Okay, and the last plant, this is the Monstera deliciosa, also known as the Swiss cheese plant. So, okay, my eyes are very small there. I just woke up, but the leaf is very big. It's 4 times the size of my face because this plant grows to be a monster. It really becomes massive. And apart from removing all these formaldehydes, apparently it's a very good humidifier. So if you tend to be in an air-conditioned room all the time in your house, let's say in your study, put one of this there because it helps to make the air not so dry, so your skin doesn't dry. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. Thanks for that.
Sure.
So talking about plants, some of the ingredients that you talked about, the plants are things that we have, like the PHYTO Novatrix, you like the smell. Now I recall it's because of the celery seed we use inside. Celery seed, the one we put on salads.
Yes.
It's also what we use in the Novatrix shampoo. That's why it smells
Okay.
a refreshing smell. It's a bit of the
I see.
celery seed smell.
Okay.
Mm.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm really inspired. So I'm thinking I'm going to look at the ficus and also the aloe vera you're going to give me, the
Yes.
pea, the blue pea,
I can give you
and
the pea seeds,
lily.
yeah. Yeah.
I want those because I think they're very pretty, and I know I'm thinking of where I'm going to put it already.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try. I get so
Yes.
inspired by my guests. Every time after I speak to them, I want to try something. Yeah. So like after Paul, I got my compost ready. I'm recycling right now at my home, so I'm quite proud. So I'm gonna do your planting because I've
Yes,
thought about it for some time too.
So when the plants get big, start to compost right in the soil. That's what I do. I just
that's
put
right.
it into
So
the
it's
soil.
going to be good. My compost is coming, and then it's going to be ready for the plants that I'm going to be growing. So
Yeah,
it's perfect. So I'm really inspired to start my little garden. So shall we do the second giveaway?
Yes.
That we're talking about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I know
you
it's
want me
the hair mask that you like.
Oh, yes. I love this. I just let me show you. Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Yes. I just bought 3 of this from you because I love it so much, and it was a good price. It's apparently like even though it's like a small tube, but when you use like cheaper conditioners and you think you can put a lot, right? What happens is it's just a lot, and you pretty much just washing it down the sink, and it's not good for the environment.
And
So
it's silicone, huh?
Yeah, and that's the
We
other thing I
have no
don't like.
silicone in our products and our conditioners.
Oh, So with this, you only need a little bit, and then you kind of like, and then you run it through your hair. Just make sure it's run through your hair. And it smells nice as well, in a different way from the shampoo. And I like how it makes my hair, because I'm so particular about dry hair, so it makes my hair feel not frizzy after it dries. So I
I
like
think the
it.
smell would be maybe the jojoba oil or the sweet orange essential oil that we have inside. So it has this nice sweet, but not too much.
Yeah.
There's a bit of vanilla as
Yes.
well inside.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
that, yeah.
No wonder I love the smell. I love the combination of orange and vanilla.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
that
beautiful
combination. No wonder.
Yes.
So we're going to give this away. So I guess it's very easy. We just want our audience to share with us what is your favorite plant you have at home or a plant that you like to grow in your home. I think it's a good question to ask to win this PHYTO Moisturizing Mask. It's to share with us what is your favorite plant, what's your favorite plant you have at home right now, or a plant that you would like to grow in your home. So you can share that, all of you in the comment section, and you can win this product.
Yes. Please, everyone, plant a plant.
Plant
Grow
a plant,
tree.
yes.
Yeah. It's good for the oxygen and the
I
environment.
have frangipanis outside my house. It was planted by my parents and my late father. He planted 3 of them just outside, and I've got another 2 pots inside. So they're growing pretty well. So
Nice.
I always like prepare food at home and I go and feed my leftover like vegetable I cut. I was like, I'm going to feed my plants right now, so I go throw some inside and throw. So now I'm going to make it better with the compost, so it really comes out like powder.
Yeah. So here's the thing
I'll do
about
that.
compost, right? I mean, apart from your kitchen stuff that you throw in, I usually try not to throw like onion cuttings because it's a bit smelly, and bananas peels are fine, but the fruit itself draws a lot of flies. You know what you can also do, and I read this, when you vacuum, and when you want to empty out your vacuum bin, you can actually dump all that onto your compost pile. Just make sure there's no plastic pieces and that stuff. But the human matter like dust and hair, that's
Skin cells and things like that.
because it becomes nitrogen for the plant. So what I do now is when I shampoo my hair, and then there's always hair in the sink, right?
Yes.
I just take my hair and put it in a pot.
It's true. Our hair is
give it
keratin
nitrogen.
anyways. Yeah.
Yes, nitrogen. So it's the way of recycling back into the environment and
Alright,
reducing
correct.
our waste.
Yes, reducing our waste, whatever waste we have. Yeah, even that is a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. Thank you. So I think the next part is something that we're all looking forward to, because you have over 25 years as a professional presenter, and I know you're now on a new mission. Your new business and your new mission was to really to encourage and help entrepreneurs like myself or leaders or anyone in the corporate world, executives, managers, just to really have the confidence to not just be on stage, but also now in the virtual world. How do we make an impact? How do we do this well? Now that we're all doing Zoom and virtual and things like this. So I think you have done master classes, and this is just a short snippet of a master class that you could do for us in our audience, about maybe like 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, so it'd be really good if all of you could stay tuned, and if any questions for Georgina, just put it all in the comment section so that she could help answer them towards the end of your session. So we're going to leave it to you to do your masterclass.
Okay, so I am going to share my screen. Okay, here we go. So let me just start with presenting. Okay, so this is, this is me. Just a quick intro. In the next 20 minutes, I want to share very simple but effective skills, because everything's online now. This is the new normal. And I also noticed before this, a lot of people are nervous about public speaking. And that means you lose out on a lot of opportunities. Now, public speaking is not just being on stage. It is speaking up in a meeting, negotiating, asking for a raise, asking for a promotion, pitching for, investor, pitching for new clients. So this is public speaking that you do all the time. And now what I want to do is to coach and mentor people to get over that fear, and then they can share the message, or they can share the skills with the world. In the last few months, I've been watching a lot of webinars, masterclasses, summits, and I realized that even a lot of experts, these are experts in the field, online, they don't show up so well. And all it needs is just some sort of preparations and awareness. And online events are going to keep rising. In Singapore, more people want to work from home. In this study, it's 80% of people. Now in the US, it's about 54%. In the UK, it's about 57%. Different studies are slightly differing, but I think most people would prefer to work from home because they've seen the benefits. You save so much time commuting and doing your makeup and hair. That time you can spend with your family, your children, your pets. eat healthier food, healthier home cooked food, and if you do have a toxic culture at work, you can avoid that. So it just means you're going to have more online meetings. And with no advance warning. So we're used to seeing our colleagues' messy homes, right? Maybe you met their children or their pets. So the person who's polished and professional, they stand out. And it's actually important to make that kind of impact, because it's actually respect for the other person who's seeing you, that you've actually took some care and effort, to look professional. And even with colleagues, right? Even if you're with colleagues, you know them quite well, you want to be the one who looks professional and polished. Let someone else be messy and dirty. You want to make that impact. So why is it important to make a good impression online, especially meeting clients, first-time partners? First impressions, we form it when we meet people face-to-face. And the thing about first impressions is formed in the first 3 to 5 seconds. You have no chance, it's 3 to 5 seconds. And the other thing is that most people, it's hard to change their minds after the first impression, even though they see other evidence, because they're trying to find evidence that confirms their first impression. It's called confirmation bias. So it's natural. So now you have 3 to 5 seconds to make an impact. And you should, because in this context of online, it's just on screen. All they see is that on screen. And you have full control over it, how you want to appear on screen. So how do you make that first great impression? People judge you based on how you look, of course, and how you sound in that first 5 seconds. Okay, so remember, it's about your preparation. And again, as Lynn said, it's a mini masterclass. So I'm just going to share some of the more important pointers with you, because there's a lot of things you can do. There's so many things you can do and adjust. I'm just going to share what I think are the very key and very important ones. And you just need to make a few adjustments. So this is the first one that I am going to emphasize: eye contact, eye contact, eye contact. Okay, it creates that connection and makes people feel that they can trust you, and they feel engaged when there's eye contact. Now, a lot of people look at the screen; they don't look at the camera lens. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Look at the camera lens. Look at the camera lens, not the screen. So I'm just going to stop share for a moment, because I want to do a quick demo here. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 examples. So example number 1, we're in a meeting and I have 3 great ideas, right? So Lynn, I have 3 great ideas for this project that we're going to do. We're going to make a lot of money. It's gonna make the process go very smooth, and everyone's gonna talk about it. Okay, so that's example 1. Example 2, Lynn, I have 3 great ideas for how this project is gonna work. It's gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna be the talk of the town, and it's proven to work. You see that difference? When I'm trying to tell you something and convince you of an idea, of my concept, why I'm the best person for the job, something I believe in, why you should invest money in me, you want to give that eye contact. You want to show that sincerity and the conviction. It made a huge difference, right? Once you see a difference of when I'm talking to you like this.
Yeah, I
this is
find
what
it a bit
people do,
lifted up as well. Yeah,
right?
like it's really...
People, yeah. So when you look up, you watching someone looking at you in the eyes, it makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to go back to share my screen again. Okay, so now you know about eye contact. So the thing about eye contact is quite a lot of people are not comfortable looking into the camera lens because there's no response. I can't read the room. I feel weird. What am I looking at? So I'm going to share a tip here. Actually, I'll just share this tip first. Stick an arrow, okay, on the camera lens so that your eyes keep looking. Now you can see my eyes are looking at that arrow compared to just now. Here I'm looking at myself. Here I'm looking at that arrow. So it makes a difference where your eyes look at. You can stick a photograph of someone you know as well and put that photograph there too. I've actually written a free resource for people to read. I put several pointers there. So maybe I'll stop, or maybe you can put it in the chat. Can you put it in the chat, that free resource? I believe
we're going to put it in the comment section.
Yeah, put it in the comment section. There's a free resource there that links back to a resource that I wrote on how to be comfortable looking to the camera lens. So that one I will gift you for free. And please clean your camera lens. Please clean it. I see a lot of times, especially if it's touch screen, you see people and they look blurry, like there's a mist in front of them. Clean your camera lens. Okay, the next thing that's also very important, smile. It's so simple. Smile at the start. It's like when you first meet someone, you want to make a good impression. So you smile when you first meet them. Same thing. When you first appear on the screen, smile. Here's a tip for you: smiling, especially if you're going to present, or you're nervous about doing the presentation, or asking for promotion, or for money. Smiling helps to relax you. It does. As you keep smiling, it's scientifically proven, you will start to feel relaxed. Okay, next thing is body posture. Okay, so your body posture also tells people in that first few seconds, are you nervous? Are you confident? Are you, so when you're nervous, people tend to hunch, right? You're nervous because you want to protect yourself. It's like that fetal or hedgehog position. But when you hunch, then your voice airway gets a little bit constricted. So it's not very good. You're not very confident. So people always say, okay, just sit up straight, have your posture, throw up your shoulders. But if you're just doing this, it's very uncomfortable. You can't hold it all the time. It's very uncomfortable. So I'm going to share with you a technique, and I'm going to take you through it as well. I want you to imagine a string, okay, a string that's attached to your abdomen. I'm going to show you the abdomen is just right here, okay, this part. Imagine the string is attached to the abdomen there, and the string goes up through all the way to the top of your head to the ceiling, okay? You just want to imagine that string pulling you up. Do you feel how you naturally just get lifted? You're not pushing your shoulder, this is naturally lifted. So whether you're standing and speaking, sit down and speaking, you want to have the string up. So once that string, and I'm just going to adjust my seat, once that string, okay, you don't need to do this, right? The people are wondering what you're doing, but you just imagine that string pulling you up, you will naturally feel yourself being lifted. And that opens up your diaphragm and opens up your airways and your throat. So you actually sound clearer and more confident. And even your posture shows that you're a lot more confident. So that's one of the tips and techniques I'll teach you. So it's very natural. And you don't feel like you're sticking out. It's just very, very natural. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you become, as with anything. Okay, the next one. Oh my God, grooming. I could go on and on and on for hours on grooming, but I shall just focus on the clothes that you wear. Avoid stripes and patterns, because face to face it looks nice, but patterns, especially stripes or checks, they look very, they become weird on screen because of the pixels. So you don't want to do that because it's very distracting to the eyes. So you generally want to do solid colors. And here's a tip: if you know most of your colleagues wear black or gray, wear red, wear orange, like Lynn and I, wear yellow, wear, sky blue, Tiffany blue, wear these bright colors, because it actually, it adds that pop of color, and it's always very nice and always visually very appealing. Okay, that's all I'll talk about grooming. Okay, now some technical tips. Very easy to do, but if you take that time to prepare, it makes a world of difference in how you look. Lighting is so important. And even up to now, I see a lot of people don't put enough consideration into lighting. You always want to have the light in front of you and no backlight. Now, if you don't have a light, what I used to do before my ring light came in, and this is up until last week, I take my lamp, and I should have brought it next to me. I forgot to bring it next to me. I just took the lampshade off and I just popped the light on, and you put it in front of you. That's it. It's so simple. Or another thing that I did as well, if let's say you're not presenting and you're just participating in a meeting, and so you're not very, you're not going to set up light and it's hot. For a brief moment, what I do is I use my cell phone, and then I just pop the light here, and then I just shine it. Right, there's a bit of light, so you can play with it, shine, like let's say you're going to speak for a while, shine with it, and then just play with it. So there are different resources you can use to just add a bit of light for that context and the moment you're in. So I'm going to show you some real life examples, and these are from the numerous summits, the online events, masterclasses that I attended, and I actually took screenshots. So if you know any of them, send them to me for coaching. But I would say that these are great speakers with great content. I just wish that they had put more effort into, the video effect. So, for example, if we talk about backlighting, that's really not very pleasant at all. And you see the ceiling fan, and it just doesn't work. And these two guys are very, very well known in their fields. But one, you can see his lighting's like done, clean, everything. And the other one's like very murky and not very bright. And it's a shame, because I really like the guy on the right. He's got really good content. But good news is that, so this was like some time back, and I've seen his more recent videos. He started to put the light and starting to look brighter. So that's good. And this one is also recent. You can see that someone who likes himself well, takes the effort. He looks so professional, the guy on the right. And the one on the left, all that backlighting. And, you don't want to be that one, right? You want to be the one who looks professional and well lit. Okay, the next thing, background. Okay, so everyone's used to your messy backgrounds in the last few months, but it's been 3 months. People are a little less tolerant if you show up with like laundry, and I hear of people with like stacks of laundry and a coat rack with like dirty, clothes hanging behind. It's just not pleasant. So make sure it's clean and clutter free. Take some time to just tidy up. Plain wall is better than a messy background, but it could be flat, a bit boring, some unattractive shadows, and that says something about you when it's a bit flat. Many platforms now have virtual or blurred backgrounds, and I like that because then I don't have to spend time cleaning up my place. And I know not every device gives a virtual or a blurred background, but good news is increasingly more and more are doing so. So I'll show you just, okay, this is my messy background, let's move along. So I use the virtual background. Look, my house is so nice. And the thing about virtual backgrounds is, the very next day, I've shifted house and how big my house has become. I think I have a pool deck somewhere in the back, and I can invite 50 people over for party. So here's another hack. What you might want to do as well is to put a bit of a blur on your photo, so it gives it a realistic depth of field like this. See, so it's a bit more realistic. Maybe I put a bit too much blur, but it looks a bit more realistic, a little bit more natural. I kind of like it when it's a bit more natural, not too sharp. When your background is so sharp, people know it's fake. I mean, it is fake, but it doesn't need to be so. The contrast is a bit too jarring, I feel. Okay, angle. So please avoid laptop nostrils. You plonk your laptop down, you hunch over it, you get nostrils like this. And the ceiling light is just not pleasant. Move along. Stack it up. Put boxes, books, anything, just to get at eye level. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using a laptop right now, and I've stacked it up. So I know it could be a little bit hard if you're trying to type. You can't be typing like this. So in this instance, because I'm presenting, I'm not typing so much, but I did attach a mouse so that I can use it. So I'm not doing this. And you can also have like a keyboard, attached keyboard, use a Bluetooth keyboard. So you're typing on the table whilst your laptop is lifted. And that's just for the moments when you have to have a presentation. I understand for a meeting, you don't want to do all that all the time, but for times when you have to be speaking for quite a fair bit, you want to make sure that it's eye level.
The question is,
Yes.
is a Zoom background recommended or blank wall is better?
It depends. And that's the thing, everything depends. What does your blank wall look like? If you say blank wall over a messy background, I say blank wall. If you say a blank wall because you don't have a Zoom, the Zoom option, then if it's a blank wall, it's fine, but try and dress it up. Like maybe put a painting behind, or
plant.
Yeah, plants. Yeah,
right.
like you take a stool, put like a pot of flowers, so that the flowers kind of shows itself up here.
Yeah.
So you can kind of dress things up, because it's just this screen that you need to make sure there's a couple of nice things. That's it. It's just one or two things you need to do. Yeah, show your personality. I think that's what you want to do, because a flat wall is show a bit of personality. Yeah. Okay, move along to audio. This is something else I could go on and on about. There's so many things to do to help you create presence with your voice. Very importantly, you want to make sure that your audio is clear. Your voice is clear. It has to be clear. There's no background noises. And I recommend using a microphone. Now, not everyone would go out and buy a huge microphone, of course. I would say that using the options that you have are better than not. So I actually prepared a video, which I'd like you to play now, where I actually tested out different options that you have lying around. So you don't have to buy equipment. And this is how it all sounds. So let's play the video.
This is what it sounds like using the inbuilt device microphone. My voice feels like it's going everywhere, it's echoey, and it's not friendly at all.
This is an old earpiece I found lying around. It came free with a phone from years ago. It cuts out the external noises, but my voice sounds muffled and the quality isn't good.
I thought my voice would sound great with these headphones, but it sounds tinny and distant.
This earpiece came free with my current phone, and I like this the best. My voice is clear and it cuts out all the external noises. So test out how your voice sounds with your different earpiece or headphones and pick the one that you like best. Okay, I've done mute. Okay, so did that make sense? Could you hear the difference when you test out the different options? So a lot of people just use the device, but the sound isn't very good. It's very echoey, and everybody wants your voice to sound deeper, warmer, more resonant. Use a microphone. And this is what I use. I'm just using this free headphones, that earpiece that came in my phone 2 years ago, and works fine. So that is more ideal. Plus, it cuts out all the external noises.
I noticed some people, like the speaker you showed just now, had the headphones with that,
Yes, yes, yes,
microphone inbuilt. Is
yes.
that better?
It all
Or
depends.
something like
Yeah.
this is better? Like, what do you suggest?
It all depends on your budget, whether you want to lug headphones around, whether you're comfortable wearing headphones for a long period of time. Because I know some people don't like wearing it heavy. So it's all very personal. Some people like using the headphones because it cuts out all the other noise. And you have to test out the mic. With some headphones, your voice sounds better because it's actually inbuilt. So again, everything always depends on what's comfortable for you, what you prefer, what your lifestyle is. Like for me, if I'm going to be traveling a lot, I don't want to carry headphones, right? This is light and easy. So it depends, on what you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my screen. Make sure I don't share the wrong one. Okay, the next thing is your tone and delivery. Now, before every meeting, and this is what I'll coach people, before every meeting you go in or every presentation you go in, what is your intention? Do you want to convince someone of something? Do you want to persuade someone to buy something? Do you want to, teach someone something? What is your intention? So when you go in, make sure your tone aligns with that. If I was going to ask you for money, my tone would be very different. If I was, so it's all very different. Now I'm just trying to share techniques and ideas and concepts so that when you're conscious, you make the adjustments and then you can have a great looking video. So once you know what your intention is, you can align your energy with it. Is it you want to come across as credible and intelligent, or do you want to come across as passionate and full of conviction, or do you want to be energetic? So align it. And here's something else I recommend: record yourself speaking, because a lot of us, we don't know how we sound. So when you record yourself, let's say you're doing that pitch or that presentation, just record a bit and listen back. And then you can hear some quirks in your tone. You can hear, are you going too fast? Now, I tend to go very fast. So I have to consciously stop myself because I think and I talk very fast. But when you actually hear yourself, then you can realize, are you going very fast? Are you talking very monotonously? Because some people talk like that. They don't even breathe. They don't even seem to stop for breath. So you can hear, you have like energy and up and down pacing in your voice, that, the rhythm in your voice. So you want to record your voice and hear how you sound. Okay, your pace. So that goes with your speed, how fast and how slow you are, depending on what is the message you want. So let's say you're doing like you're a startup founder and you need to do a 90-second pitch. You don't have a lot of time to speak at this pace, right? You don't have time. So you would speak a little bit faster. So it's always contextual as well. The other thing is, generally when people are nervous, they tend to talk very fast and they tend to talk very high pitch. It all becomes like this when you're excited. So when you're in a face-to-face conversation and people are, it's actually okay, everyone's very excited. But can you imagine like a meeting keeps going on like that and someone keeps talking that? It's very unpleasant. So you want to be mindful of that as well. And it comes back to, when you're feeling nervous, there's certain techniques on how to calm it down, bring yourself down before you start. Because you don't want to start, like this with that nervousness. I'm going to share a couple of tips in terms of preparation. Very simple one. Please hydrate. Please hydrate yourself. And it's not just drinking a sip of water before you start speaking. That helps to prevent dry mouth. But, the airway that you're speaking with, this is part of your body, part of all your cells. You want to start hydrating at least an hour before. Start drinking water. I was actually drinking water 2 hours before this, and I told Lynn, I think I'm going to have to go to the loo in the middle of this session, because you just want to be hydrated, well hydrated. It's like yoga because I go for hot yoga, and this is what my yogi master says, and it makes sense. He says, don't drink water just before you come for the class, and then during class you're drinking and drinking because it's hot, you can't breathe, and then you're struggling with poses and you feel like you're gonna die, so you keep drinking water and then you get distracted, you keep wiping your sweat, so you get very distracted. He says drink an hour before. So I started doing that. I'll drink 1 hour, 2 hours before, and I go for hot yoga now. I don't even bring a water bottle in, just maybe a towel, sometimes not even a towel, because I just want to focus on breathing and doing the poses. So if I'm sweating, maybe I'll just wipe the sunblock out of my eyes, but I don't even need to drink water and I don't have to think about it. So I'm very focused on the poses. And that helps. I don't even feel like, oh my God, I need water, because it becomes a crutch. So in this sense, as you're talking, naturally your throat becomes a bit strained. So you want to hydrate before you actually get started. Otherwise, your throat starts to feel very scratchy and then people start going, so that's not very pleasant for you. The other tip is always keep a glass of water close by next to you. Have you been for meetings where people suddenly start choking for some reason, or suddenly they have dry throat and they're looking around, they have no water? So always have your water next to you. Simple tips, right? That, easy to adjust. Technical, very important. Please test your technical equipment maybe a half hour before, because your microphone may have worked yesterday, but maybe you messed around with something and then it doesn't work today. Why? Why doesn't my microphone work? Your Wi-Fi, oh my gosh, what happened to connection? I can't get a Wi-Fi connection. Oh, this is big. Oh, my laptop has 10% battery. Oh no. So you want to check all these things before you actually start. So at least you don't start being frazzled and all over the place. You want to start being very, okay, settle, everything's in place. I have a good 3 to 5 minutes to just keep pace, do some of these techniques to put yourself in the zone. And then you want to minimize distractions. Put your phone on silent. Simple as that. Okay, so these are just a couple of things that I want to share. Okay, the final thing I want to share on these techniques is your online etiquette. Remember to mute yourself when you join a meeting. A lot of people forget and then it gets very distracting when some people are trying to speak and there's like, and you're like, who's making that noise, right? Someone's baby's crying in the background. It happens so often. Okay, I don't mean to laugh, but I mean to laugh because it's funny now because it's not happening now. But when it's happening, it's not going to be funny for the person speaking. And then when you're about to speak, unmute yourself. Now, here's the thing, especially in a meeting, when you start to speak, identify yourself, because there's all these voices, you don't know who's speaking. And if you have a question or you want to address it to someone, you address that person by name. So for example, during a meeting, and I want to say something, I'll say, hi, this is Georgina. I want to ask Lynn, just now you said something, can I clarify this with you? So Lynn knows who's asking the question right away. So that's how you do some basic etiquette like that. Okay, so that's pretty much some tips that I really want the world to know, and start making your videos look good and start making a great impression out there, because remember it's within your control. I have one last,
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
I have one, and I hope you got some good pointers from that and some
Yes,
reminders.
I've got a lot of good pointers.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I just have one last thing to quickly share because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, a quote first from a British author: "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." Right?
Yes,
That's true.
it's
Yes.
true.
So make sure that first impression on the screen counts. Put that preparation in. And this is something I'm very excited about. I'm going to share it now. I think this is the first time I'm sharing it. I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while. So I've been coaching people one-on-one, and I wanted to do a program where it's not just a course. I want to coach, and I want to do group coaching, and I want to do a course. So I want to do a mixed kind of program. And I recently found a platform that can do it, because I was thinking for the last few weeks, how do I do it? This platform for this platform is so messy, but then I found a platform that recently announced that they're going to do it. So I'll direct you to it in a while. Okay. And it starts on the 1st of July. So I want to be aligned. I want to launch this program on the 1st of July, where it's 4 weeks. Yeah, it's 4. I know, very exciting. So it's 4 weeks. You get your weekly courses. It's on demand, so learn at your own time. You get a one-on-one coaching with me, where we actually drill down into specifically what are the things you want to adjust, improve, and up-level and upskill. Is it you want to get over nervousness? Do you want to, project your voice? I mean, there's many things that different people want to do. And we also do group coaching. Now, I started being in group coaching sessions myself, and I found the value of it because it's so supportive. Everyone's there to learn. And you never know what you don't know until someone asks a question and you go, I didn't think about that. Yeah, and someone's asking a question, you're like, wow, that's great. So I love that group coaching. So I actually want to do all 4. And because the brave souls who will join me on this, because like I said, the platform is new, they're launching it for the first time. I'm doing something, so
that's great.
Yes, so I'm giving a massive, I call it inaugural
discount, right?
Inaugural discount, yes. And sign up by 30th of June, because I want to start this on the 1st of July. So I'm so excited. But I want to keep it still very personalized. I don't have like a massive group, because I want people to kind of know each other and be very supportive. So I want to keep it very small. for the beginning. So limited spaces. So go in and check, register your interest first. Yeah. And I
That's
have a link. Yeah.
Oh, there's a
for-
link. Yes, we will
Yes.
share the link in the comment section as well.
Yeah.
So that was just a small snippet of the what Georgina has, and she has a 4 weeks masterclass how to present like a pro, and there's a link to sign up. It's a link to sign up. It's a special price for today to the end of June at 480, and normally it's 880. So that's fantastic.
I know. But yeah, but remember the brave souls who join me. I mean, it's the new platform is only launching on the 1st, so I think they're not entirely sure how to sync it all up too. So, yeah.
And there's a question. There's a question from one of the audience. How close
Yes.
should we be to the screen?
Okay,
Just
so
asking how
yeah.
close do we be on the screen? Yeah.
So one of the main things, and I didn't cover in this because I thought the angles and there's just too much stuff to cover, too much. So this is about framing. Now I'm going to do a demo here. So some people, right, especially when they use their phones, they're like this, right? You don't want to frame your head to cover the screen. It's too big. Okay, because think about it, right? If someone is framed like this, okay, how close does someone have to be to you, face to face, to be like this? Pretty close, right? And it's not very professional. It's like, dude, keep your distance. It's too damn close,
I
right?
always remember from mass comm days, like your eye level is like the 1/3.
Yeah, there's the 1/3, and then now
Row,
there's the
and maybe it's a chest shot.
Yes,
I always
chest
thought, okay,
shot.
chest shot is always safe. Yeah.
Chest shot is always
Something like
safe.
this.
Yeah. So you always want to have like this. I mean, Lynn's done a great job of it. Chest shot like this, where it's under your shoulders, some space, and then you want to have a bit of
So I can
headroom.
still see my hands. If I want to move my hands, I can
Yes.
see my hands.
So it's a balanced, nicely balanced thing. So even when you're talking, especially when you're passionate, and then people ask, oh, how should I move? The other thing about on screen, you don't really see your hands much. So I think you don't really need to worry about it so much, as opposed to, let's say, you're speaking on stage. So yeah. So
Yes, true.
in the screen, it's so much more things you can control.
Thank you so much, Georgina. I need to give away your third favorite PHYTO product.
Okay.
It's also my favorite.
Oh, I just started using this. It's the
Love it.
phytokeratin.
I also have it.
Stream. Yeah.
It's my don't know number what bottle already. I lost count, but yes, I always have it. It's really, really good. I love it too.
Yeah, because I'm so obsessed with dry skin and dry hair, right?
Yeah,
And
and just put it on. Just leave it on. Just like you can use it when your hair is wet, when the hair is dry, anytime. I love it.
Yeah, and it smells nice as well, and so easy. It runs through your hair, and it also, like, on some days when there's, I think, humidity, for some reason, when it's humidity, it makes your hair frizzy, which is counterintuitive. But
yes, it's anti-freeze. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I put it on, like, I actually put a bit on just before today's masterclass. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't really comb my hair. I don't usually comb my hair. See, I'm fuss free.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
And if you do blow dry, for one of those who blow dries often, this has thermal protection for up to 220 degrees Celsius, which is very high.
Wow.
It protects the heat. Yeah, for those who like to use like those irons and stuff, this protects it. So it's really good.
Amazing.
So to win this product,
yes,
all you get to do is just tell us what's one of the key takeaways from this masterclass. What did you learn
I'd love to hear
from
that.
Georgina's masterclass? Just give us one of the many. Just give us one key takeaway you've gotten from this masterclass. You can win this product, which is the phytokeratin Extreme Exceptional Cream worth $65. It's glass, by the way. It's glass bottle. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ingredients are very natural. You need to keep them in good packaging like this. And you can recycle the glass.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah. So what's your key takeaway? For me, I learned so many things. I actually typed it down. I learned about confirmation biasness. It's like, yeah, that's right. We do that all the time unconsciously. And I also realized how the colors, the way we dress, can really make us stand out and create the right mood for the meeting, depending what's the, and always have your intentions thought through so you can align your delivery with it. That's really, really good. And recording myself is also interesting because sometimes the microphone I sound very manly. And I need to go and unplug and replug again because there's something wrong with the connection. I start to sound like a man.
Really?
Yeah, like it's the microphone connecting, so I had to just unplug and plug in, and I sound normal. Yeah, right. Then my staff was like, "Hey, you sound so, you sound like a man." So it's very scary because I don't hear it, but they hear it.
Huh.
So there's also
Strange.
feedback.
Yeah.
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 And hydrating an hour before, we shared about that with regards to that, as well as about the hot yoga and how, because you hydrated an hour before you exercise, you didn't need water during hot yoga, which was quite
Right.
amazing to me.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to try
Yeah.
that the next time, like really hydrate
Yeah.
an hour before I exercise. Then maybe I
Yeah.
won't feel like I need to drink so much when I'm exercising.
Yeah, because actually during yoga, it's better not to drink because you're doing all these poses, moving left and right and up and down. So don't drink. I remember there's one day I went for class and I hadn't hydrated, and this was hot. So during class, because I'm not hydrated, so my throat felt very dry, and I'm like, oh God, I need to have a sip. And for some reason that day, I brought some water in because I knew I hadn't been drinking. And as I started to take a sip, my yoga master looked at me and goes, and I was like, okay, got
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a little, yeah, because
That's
it's not very
interesting.
good to be drinking and moving it, not ideal, not ideal. And at the end of the day, you also want to focus on your poses, not drinking.
Okay, I think we need to announce the 3 winners.
Oh, okay.
We have 3 winners today for the 3 of Georgina's favorite PHYTO products. And the first product we're giving away is the PHYTO Novatrix Fortifying Energizing Shampoo, and we've got 1 winner.
Do I announce the name?
Yes, announce the name of the winner.
Okay, congratulations, Eddie Ng. I think you're gonna love this shampoo and use it in
Yes,
the
I
morning.
think you'll love this product as
It
well.
will wake you up,
The second product we're giving away is the PHYTO Whole Bar Moisturizing Mask. You can use this daily. You can use it as a conditioner for 1 minute, or you can leave it on like for 5-10 minutes as a hair mask. Either way, it's fine. And we have a winner for that as well.
The winner is May L.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
May L. Yes, congratulations. And this product that we're giving away, which is my favorite as well, PHYTO Keratin Extreme Exceptional Cream, is a leave-on conditioner for hair. So the winner is...
Actually, I'm curious what your takeaway is, but
okay,
please
let
tell
me
me.
see.
Please tell me later. Yeah. So,
So she said, okay, to look at the camera as much as possible.
good on you. Yeah,
Yes,
it's very important. Makes a world of difference. Congratulations, KP Pay. Well done. And yes, go forth and conquer the world with your message next time you're online, because you'll be looking at the camera lens.
Camera lens. Some of them talked about how the Zoom background can and should reflect my personality. That's what they learned.
Yes.
They learned about eye contact. They're guilty of not doing it. To look at the camera as much as possible. So we got many great feedback.
Yeah. I really hope you learned some, or at least you're more aware and more conscious. So if you want to learn more and drill down more into things,
Sign up for the 4 weeks masterclass. It's a very intense masterclass, and do as you go, right? It's your own pace.
Yes, it's a present like a pro. And there are a lot more tips and things that I would love for people to learn and be aware of.
Yeah, I really learned so much in just 20 minutes. I can imagine learning so much more and really honing my skills and being more confident in 4 weeks. It's a one-on-one with you, as well as a group session where we can learn together, like a little forum where we can help each other out. So that's great.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much, Georgina, for being with us today.
Yeah. Thank you, Lynn, for asking me to join your passion project.
Yes.
It's a real
and I
honor.
hope to catch you soon for our lunch. We need to catch up. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's too long.
Take care, Georgina.
Okay, thanks. And thanks for watching and tuning in.
So next Thursday, we have another special guest with us, and he is the actor, singer, host called Mr. Wallace Ang. He's really interesting. He's a guy with lots of passion and lots of creativity. He wants to talk to us about how we can live with art and live with the arts. Very interesting topic for next Thursday at 8 o'clock. And for next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, for PHYTO Hair Talk, we're going to talk about and learn about hair aging. How does our scalp and how does our hair age? How do we turn white, and can we reverse it? Can we go back to black? Things like this. So stay tuned until next week. Good night and take care.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen.